under starlight's beam. Heroes rise in this night they gleam. Pages turn and this fate intertwines. Saturday night, it rewinds. Spinning tales of the might in our city's electric light. It's dark, heroes fight, every moment feels so right. Welcome to that weekend thrill, where stories flash and dreams at will. In this world we take a fight, Saturday night special guide and the night. Wonders, heroes unite. Comics and anime and brain and light. Journey through panels and vibrant screens. This colorful tapestry.
Welcome. It's Saturday night, which means it's time for Saturday Night Special, the sixth best show on Renovision. With comments such as, "For the love of God, let your friend stay where he's at," SNS, and "that channel is a rest area toilet bowl, and you don't need any more stinking up the best comic YouTube show going. And this is an absolute terrible watch. Such douche chills." How about we check in with Jedi Johnson and see if he thinks the boys are ready to start the show?
I still think we're more prepared than SNS, even with the rush who did on the show.
Well, shit, I hope you boys are ready to bring the mayhem, because an all-new episode of Saturday Night Special starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome. It is Saturday night. I'm glad to see that all 14 of you haven't forgot about us. It's been a few weeks. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday. Let's hear it for Sam. And as always, let's hear it for the Time Lord himself, Mr. Sticksboy73. Oh, we can't get no cheers for Sticks? Aw, poor Sticks.
Oh, Matt with the soundboard.
Sticks gets crickets. Poor Sticks. What's up, guys? It's been a while. How you guys doing?
It has been a while.
What's up?
I've had a few adventures since we last met. But it's been
Only
it's been a good
12
time.
people here, yep.
Well, 15 if you count us.
Maybe Sticks can open some Mark Spears Halloween blind bags that'll get people here. What's up, BK?
Greetings.
What kind of adventures have you had, Sam?
Well, 2 weeks ago, the reason we were off was because I was at the ASU Utah game in Salt Lake City, and it was cold and rainy, and there was a rain delay. Well, no, they didn't delay the game. They wouldn't let us into the stadium until the thunder passed, and then it was just soaking wet for the first half. Of course, our starting quarterback wasn't available, and looks like tonight he just got injured. So they're playing Houston at home, but it's still ASU just is plagued with injuries right now. We lost our first wide receiver, our starting wide receiver, starting quarterback to injuries just now. But yeah, and then on the way home, the rain here in Arizona, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a ton of rain here. It's like hurricane dumped a bunch of rain, flooded a lot of Arizona, including the airport that I was flying into in Mesa. And so they canceled my flight on Sunday, the Sunday after the game. And so my son and I were stuck at my brother's house in Idaho, and I had to figure out how I was going to get home without losing too much work. And we ended up having to shuttle to the airport in Salt Lake City and then renting a car there and then driving home all day Monday.
Ah, damn, Ed thrown in the towel already? Jeez. Ed's already done. He's like, I
Ed's
don't
already
have
checked out.
You haven't heard Sam sing in 2 weeks.
I know, it's been 3 weeks. 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks since our last podcast.
3 weeks.
And then this week, I had another kind of adventure for work. I was an auctioneer at a foreclosure sale in Holbrook, Arizona, which is way in the north east corner of the state. and we just kind of did a loop. We went through. My wife was with me, and we went up through Payson and Heber to Holbrook. And then went from Holbrook to Flagstaff, and then from Flagstaff through Sedona, Prescott, and then back to Phoenix. Reason why we went to Flagstaff is there's a pizza joint there that is really good called Fat Olives, and it's one of those diner drive-ins and dive stops that Guy Fieri went to. And they have some pretty decent pizza, so we stopped in there and sure we got our fill.
Speaking of Fat Olives, Tyson, why does it look like I'm on a tugboat tugging my button with a bomb about to go into my mouth? That's an interesting that's an interesting
is
one.
Is that a Chekhov's bomb sitting over your head?
Maybe.
Well, those are my adventures. That pretty much sums it up. Also started youth flag football again this week. So I'll be doing that for the next 6 months.
Nice. What about you, Sticks? How many proms did you chaperone with your time away? I can see your internet didn't get any better.
No, my internet's not getting any better anytime soon. So I had, we had homecoming one weekend that I wasn't here. Next weekend, you guys weren't here. You were somewhere. Sam was somewhere. Last weekend, I was in Baltimore for Baltimore Comic-Con with the Renovision boys, and yeah, it's been pretty eventful the last couple of weekends, actually.
Did you get to say
as far
hi to
as
a
that
lot
goes?
of people? Did you say hi to a lot of people in Baltimore?
We had a lot of people. We had a lot of return people to the booth who remembered us from last year.
I heard that Sticks was signing titties left and right. No, they were man titties. They weren't the kind of titties you want to sell. They weren't female titties. They were man titties.
I had a sign around the chest hair. So.
Yeah. I heard that a Marco's Olive Oil fan club showed up and they all wanted Sticks to sign the chest hair.
Yeah. That extra virgin fan club.
For some reason, the Slav tracksuit mob that follows Sticks around. I don't know why, but
the tracksuit. Yeah, well, I don't know. I can't seem to shake them off. So that's all right. No, Baltimore was fun. We this is the second year for us setting up there.
Sticks is there to indulge in coke and hookers with Marco.
Oh, I don't think there's any hookers in Baltimore that would even want to touch, but
there's a plethora
we have a wheel that we spin. We give away comic books. We talk about the channel and the shows that we have on the channel. So it's a good time. Everyone had a good time. Dom, if you've watched last night's show, towards the end, he talks about what happened with him over the weekend. So go ahead and watch that on the Qualified last night for our after hours when we
preview
Baltimore. But
where he was complaining about how he didn't get invited to dinner with you guys.
Yeah.
BK says Dom officially
that was
quit
pretty funny.
Vision last night.
He did not. No, he didn't.
It's been a long time coming.
Don't listen to BK.
I hear BK is the source of all truth. Dungeon Crawler says, poor lonely Dom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I'd take Dom to dinner. I even got a great pizza place here he could go to.
Arco ships his prostitutes wherever he goes.
What are they? What are they? Sex dolls? He's shipping sex dolls.
They're real dolls.
Real dolls.
Marco
and the real girl.
He puts
the Detroit
made penis enlarger on and pumps that bitch up, and then puts his VR helmet on so it feels like he's there, and it really feels like she's got a vice grip on his dong.
Oh man, dude, that reminds me of the weirdest interview I ever did. So when I was on Couch Crunchers, we would do celebrity interviews, and the first one I ever did was Eric Roberts and his wife, and we talked about it. We spent like 40 minutes talking about his movie career and doing all these different things, and then the last 20 minutes we talked about his like penis pump that he was selling.
Nice.
It was like the Rocket. It was called the Rocket.
Did he send you one to try out?
No, he didn't.
No?
I felt like shortchanged that I didn't get to test the Rocket. He also didn't show it to us. Like we just We just looked at the website, but he was hawking a penis pump called the Rocket that was supposed to help with erectile
funny.
dysfunction.
I am just a lonely messenger of the truth. The truth will set us all free. BK. Well, that's good. Good stuff. Yeah, October's busy for me, man. Like last week was my dad's birthday. Tonight's actually my sister's birthday, but we're not getting together till tomorrow. So like the last 2 weeks have been just absolutely nuts with family stuff. So glad to be back with all of you. I'm sure the boys are too. I think we got a great show for you tonight. Of course, we got Sam's going to start us off. We got best and worst covers. We got news. We've got dodgeball. We've got anime, and we've got a very special Halloween edition of the Dom game. So, good show set in motion for you guys tonight. So buckle up as we're going to get started. I'm going to hand it off to Sam to get us started and let us know what are we chewing on to start this show tonight, Sam.
There's so many things that happen in any given week, and we were 3 weeks off. So this one goes down to style. The Louvre in Paris, France was hit with a jewel heist in broad daylight on October 19th. In less than 7 minutes, I think it was like a gang of 3 or 5 people made off with something like $10 million worth of jewels. The royal crown, bunch of necklaces, all these jewels that were looted. And it happened so quickly, and it happened right at like 9:30 in the morning as the Louvre was opening. And nothing like this has happened in such a long time. Usually the big heists these days, the big capers these days are all digital. It's just people, like crypto heists or DDoS attacks on corporations, and they're trying to extort money out of these corporations. Whereas we have in France thieves with style who have come out and nabbed a bunch of jewels. Now, who's on the case? Well, that's what the picture on the right shows us. The lead detective is this dude with the fedora and the 3 or 4 piece suit he's got on, plus his fancy umbrella. This is like the Pink Panther type detective. He's over here going, I shall solve this crime and find these jewel thieves and bring them to justice. He's got great style, but there has been zero. There's been zero advancement in tracking down who these thieves are. And so, gentlemen, the time has come for us to do what every good podcast does, and that is speculate as to who the jewel thieves are, what their motives were, how they were able to pull off this caper, and how long it'll take this young detective with the high fashion sense to get the job done.
Well, first of all, your first misstep is assuming this is a fine podcast. This is anything but a fine podcast. But I have my suspicions on who it was, because he was suspiciously not here on October 19th when this all went down.
I didn't do fucking shit. I didn't rig shit. I didn't fucking do this. I'm not worried about it.
That's
It was Pete. Now, they did say that one of the thieves was dwarf sized, so that does fit. They did also say that one of the thieves used a lot of grease to kind of slide across the floor to get past the laser array.
That's why you didn't see Marco in Baltimore, Sticks.
He was slip sliding his way to the royal jewels of France.
Explains a lot.
Pete just walked completely upright underneath the motion sensor.
Nice Nice knowing you, Sam. Doctor Who leading the investigation.
He does have a certain flair. He does have a certain fashion flair.
Dude, like this literally looks like just a bunch of people in like Sherlock Holmes or Professor Clouseau cosplay showed up outside of the Louvre to just make a mockery of this. It doesn't even look like he's legitimately the lead investigator. Like you look at those other, like this gentleman here, like, you know, they all look like they're actually law enforcement.
Okay, the dude in the middle, the black dude in the middle, is literally sitting on his hands, like he doesn't know what to do. He's like, we got no leads, there's no fingerprints. All we got is this trail of grease, and a weird imprint of a deep V on the floor.
Ooh. You know who else it could have been who was oddly absent last week?
Get the hell out of here with that shit.
Sorry, Rob. I was just trying to make you relevant a little bit more.
Dungeon Crawler says has to be an inside job. You know, there's a lot of speculation that it's an inside job. Very, very reminiscent of things like the Da Vinci Code or Oceans 11, 12, 13, 14 through 18, 19, 20. In fact, this was kind of the plot to Ocean's 8, the all-female cast. But it just is super hilarious that the French police are as effective as they are portrayed to be in the movies.
Oh my God. I am never going to financially recover from this.
It's about the sentiments right now going on at the Louvre.
So keep your eyes open. Let's piece the clues together. Let's get out there and nab Carmen Sandiego and see what's going on. But if you want to post your theories as to who it was, you know, the person, the place, and the weapon, you know, clue style, we'll entertain those theories all night long.
I think it was Colonel Mustard in the Louvre with the candlestick.
With the melted candlestick dripping from his body as he slid across the floor.
I think the swag on this guy right here says he did it. And
yeah, he's certainly come into some money recently and is able to upgrade his wardrobe.
I mean, you got these gentlemen here who are like, man, this job doesn't pay enough. And then you got this lead investigator here who looks like he's like 20 years old and he's all dappered out.
What if these three guys are the guilty parties and they're in disguise right now, just hiding in plain sight?
I mean, it has to be an inside job, right?
It has to be.
They have no clues.
That's convenient.
The report that I read or heard,
the internet.
It was definitely my internet. How
are they going to sell the items exactly? That's a great question.
I'll tell you.
That's the question of the week, I think. The one thing I heard was that they used a tow truck. I don't know if this is true, to break the glass up above it so they could lower down into the Louvre. I don't know.
So how they fence the jewels is they can either try and fence them as a single item, which would probably be the most lucrative, or they can cut it up into individual jewels and sell those instead. And then the fencers will sell them to jewelers who will then carve them up or keep them in personal collections. But it's not too dissimilar from buying a graded comic book. You have to decide, am I going to crack it and press it and then have it regraded, or am I just going to keep it in my collection as is?
You would have to, though, because you think the moment you try to sell something like that, you're going to raise a lot of questions. And people are going to be like, where did you come into these? Where did you get these? Like, these look like, this piece looks like it belongs in the Louvre, or this piece looks like it's, you know, royal jewels. Yeah. And Like there's
Yeah.
got to be
You can't-
some kind of like identifying marker of some sort from the whoever smelted it or made it that they
Smelted
can pick up on.
Tyson.
It was Professor Plum with the rocket penis pump.
Yeah, so they can't just list this on Craigslist and say,
No. It's black market. Of course, it's black market. It's the same people who human traffickers. Those type of people. They don't care about the law, and so they're going to buy whatever they want to buy. I used to work for a judge, and when he was working as a prosecutor with the U.S. attorneys,
He tried to sell you a penis pump.
One of the things that they were tracking down was the Saudis would pay millions of dollars for black market eagles that are illegal to capture here.
Oh.
People would capture them and then sell them to the Saudis because they train them like for falconry. And the bigger the bird that you have for falconry, the higher the prestige or the higher the status. And so they would pay millions of dollars for a golden eagle or a bald eagle.
They just outline the jewels with air tags so they could fucking track them. Find my iPhone. Oh, look, there's the jewels.
We found the jewels.
But no, you got fucking Nick Jonas over here. He's on the case. He's ready to go.
Nick Jonas.
Fan casting the documentary.
I'm sure Netflix will have a documentary on this in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, the dramatization. Well, very good.
This guy's like, why does he have an umbrella? It's not even raining. Oh shit! And this guy's like, but goddamn, does it complete that ensemble? The fucking French, man. Oh, there you go. Who done it?
The mystery of the year. Just in time to bust our boredom.
Yes. But all right. That seems as good a time as any to get into a little bit of news and the top news stories this week. Calling Fidel the international man of mystery.
Now that would play even better than the last Pink Panther movie. That would be even better than the last Pink Panther. Can you imagine Fidel tracking down jewel thieves with an unlimited budget?
Oh, I bet you if you give him the time, he'll tell you he's on that case. And that his dead wife is the one that did it.
She inspired me. She inspired me to do it.
The jewels are buried with her body. All right. Leading us off on the news this week. If you're like Kyle and you don't like going to the movie theaters and inflation is too high, so you don't want to spend money on physical media, well, you're in luck. The Fantastic Four First Steps Disney Plus premiere date has officially been revealed, as the Fantastic Four First Steps is already available to buy. But for those of you waiting to watch the MCU movie on Disney Plus, we have some good news. Today, the Marvel Studios reboot was released in theaters on July 25th and ultimately grossed a modest $521.9 million at the worldwide box office. Following recent digital and physical media debuts, it's been confirmed today via IO9 that the Fantastic Four: The First Steps will premiere on Disney Plus November 5th. That's good news, as it's the fact that the movie will be the latest film available in IMAX enhanced on Disney Plus, featuring IMAX's exclusive expanded aspect ratio for all Disney Plus subscribers, ensuring that the filmmaker's creative intent is fully preserved for a more immersive viewing experience at home.
Do we need to get bigger TVs? Do we need to get IMAX ratio TVs?
Oh, yeah, there's specialty TVs for this. So you have to get ones that are enabled for this new IMAX enhanced viewing experience.
You're like going Irish or Russian or something. What's going on
Yeah.
there?
I don't know. I'm kind of going blind while I'm reading it too. So it's like a whole trifecta of things going on over here. But getting ready for November, man. I'm stocking up, so it's just getting real hard to exist over here.
You're stocking up on what?
I'm letting it build, so come December 1st, I can let it all out in all of its glory.
That's still a week away, bro.
But there you go. If you don't want to go to the movie theater and have some random guy touch your leg, you can watch this on Disney Plus very, very soon.
Oh, Ocean's 1.
Starring Fidel. Can't handle the pressure. That's right. We get our first look at Absolute Batman and Wonder Woman's first meeting. And Absolute Zatanna's design is also revealed while Marvel Comics is gearing up to end its Ultimate Universe. DC's Comics Ultimate Universe or Absolute Universe continues to go on from strength to strength. Now, thanks to Bleeding Cool, we have a look ahead of January's Absolute Batman 16 and Absolute Wonder Woman 16. In the Cape Crusaders title, Batman will seek out Diana's princess's help in saving his friend Waylon, now Killer Croc. As we all know, Bane turned him into the Killer Croc. Interestingly, this hulking Bruce Wayne appears more than a match for the Amazonian as they stand eye to eye in this leaked page.
Almost. They're almost eye to eye.
And yet this page makes her look a lot bigger than the book itself does.
She's wearing those 3-inch heels.
The only thing little on this page is Batman's battle axe there. It looks like more of a hatchet when it's usually like this massive thing, retractable pole.
She's got the Final Fantasy Cloudbringer
Buster sword.
Yeah.
But you got Waylon Jones on the bottom of there, right around here, with Zatanna and Batman, or not Zatanna, but Wonder Woman and Batman standing eye to eye. Who am I kidding? I can't stay away from this douche chills of a show.
Yay, it's back.
It ain't a show. Saturday night ain't a Saturday night without you, Ed. So
true.
But we're just getting our toes dipped in the water of DCKO that involves this Ultimate Universe or Absolute Universe. We got some exciting stuff going on in Absolute Batman with Bane and the Joker and Absolute Evil. Great stuff going on in Absolute Wonder Woman with the Absolute Zatanna coming. Absolute Superman still going strong. Absolute Green Absolute Green Lantern. Absolute Martian Manhunter. This Absolute titles are still running strong and running deep, and we're finally going to get our big three meeting up this coming January. And if that's not enough, Absolute Zatanna's design was also revealed. We also have a first look at the Absolute version of Zatanna. She doesn't look too different, but has clearly been modernized as part of the fresh take on the DC universe. However, it seems that we can expect Zatanna to be an antagonist, as the witch will be targeting Wonder Woman with intents of killing her. She may take a heroic turn at some point, but as the solicitation text puts it, Diana's life will never be the same after this encounter. Discussing the impact of Absolute line, Absolute Batman writer Scott Snyder previously said, "The series has reaffirmed everything I love about the medium, the joy of making people wait each month and giving them something to talk about, something that hits hard and sticks. There's a reckoning happening in comics," he continued. "If we don't focus on what makes monthly comics special, we won't survive in a tough economy. So we're all taking our biggest swings." Over the last few years, which doesn't, I mean, that might be what DC's doing, but Marvel definitely isn't doing that, especially when they're going to end the Absolute line, which is their Ultimate line, which is like their biggest bestsellers right now. Over the last few years, there's been this embracing of monthly comic books fundamentals. Snyder added, "You see more series going from daring, big moments that are going to get people talking, cliffhangers, reminders of what the characters are struggling with. There's a joy to making them wait every month." It also makes my pocketbook very, very happy, especially now that, the standard price for a book is $4.99 to $5.99.
Yep.
And you're still getting the same shitty paper or the same shitty titles. But you know, at least Absolute stuff's been good. The Ultimate Universe stuff's been really good for Marvel too, which I can't believe they're ending that line. But you know, what's a better way to gung ho a good selling product than just absolutely destroy it? So, is she better or worse than Sam singing?
Oh, that's hard to say, Ed.
Ed said, "I've never read a Zatanna book. Don't crucify me. It's all right, Ed. I made it in 2 weeks in recovery, but I couldn't stay away." I kind of like her look though. I kind of like that she's kind of ditching the
leggings
normal
for an upper body fishnets.
Yeah, well, not just that, but she's kind of ditching that like Vegas or old school 50s magician style for more of like the gothic punk rock style with the leather jacket with the studs and upper fishnets and the thigh high buckle boots and very gothic-esque. I like it. Ready to see more for it. The covers are usually better than the
interiors.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
Or was he going to say the karaoke?
But a story that got Dom's little Dom harder than diamonds. The Energon Universe's TV MA animated series featuring Transformers, G.I. Joe crossover, and Void Rivals is in the works. The long-awaited Transformers G.I. Joe crossover is on the way, but it looks like we'll be seeing these iconic franchises merge into animation before live action. Deadline via Tornado.com reports that Robert Kirkman's Skybound Entertainment has teamed with Hasbro Entertainment to produce an adult animated series based on Kirkman's Image comic series Energon Universe, which features the characters from Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Void Rivals. Joe Henderson Lucifer is attached to write the adaptation and serve as showrunner on the series, which is expected to be taken out to buyers shortly. Given Kirkman's involvement, we'd say there's a decent chance it'll wind up at Amazon. I think it will, because if his Skybound Entertainment is going to be the ones that are producing it, usually I think he's got a deal with Amazon where the Amazon gets first look or first right of first refusal on it. So I would not be surprised if Amazon buys that up, especially with hits like The Boys, Gen V, Invincible, which he's got going on. I think they're going to gobble that up. So look forward to a more adult themed, which I think is good because most people who are Transformers fans from the 80s are in their 40s now. And, you know, it's good to have. Yeah. And I like that. I wish more franchises like that would grow with its core audience that it started with, like the Ninja Turtles. I love that we got The Last Ronin, but I want to see, and I can't wait for the Last Ronin movie, but I want to see an adaptation of the Turtles I'm used to, not the cartoony, whatever they did with Mutant Mayhem. Not that Mutant Mayhem's a bad movie, but that's just like one of the franchises that I grew up on. And now as an adult, I want to see it kind of evolve to be more adult oriented, or at least, something targeted towards adults now.
Well,
right. It's good to keep it's really quick. It's good to keep these cartoon IPs still for kids, but like you say, remembering that your original audience is now older, move some story to fit that audience. I agree.
Well, yeah, you can always tell new stories for a new generation that brings a new generation of fans into the franchise, but you can also do that without alienating your core audience that brought you into the dance in the first place. And you could kind of push that along a little bit more. Like, I think it'll be cool to actually see like Transformers killing people, or the Decepticons killing people, or, G.I. Joe's being in battle, people dying, and, really make those stakes feel more. And like, even as like a Power Rangers kid, they're still doing Power Rangers stuff. I'd like to see a little bit more adult oriented Power Rangers stuff, for, just something really just move that franchise along to and cater to both younger and older audiences that allows fans that, like I said, brought you to the dance in the first place to remain instead of moving on to something else. So, like, I feel like, I don't know. Do you feel like anime does that, Sam, or do you feel like that's still like anime targets a broad age range, or do you feel like it usually caters to younger, newer fans?
Well, it depends on the type of anime. So they have lots of different genres of anime. There's probably the most popular is called shonen, and then they also have shojo. So shonen is geared towards young men, shojo is geared towards young women. And there's various ways that they can kind of capitalize on an IP with those types of stories, and primarily they're focused on selling manga, selling anime, DVD sales or Blu-ray sales, movie tickets, those kinds of things. But then they also have merchandise lines that also pick up video games, card games, those types of other interactive properties, which is, I'm not going to say it's fundamentally different than what we do here, but they don't do a lot of reboots. They're just continuing stories that just take forever to tell. You'll see a story get maybe 200 or 300. And when we talk about the big three, we're talking about 600, 800, 1,000 chapters that can take decades to tell. And so those things just kind of carry on forever and ever. Whereas here we're taking the same IP and rebooting it over and over again so that we can merchandise to a younger audience every 3 to 5 years. So Ninja Turtles is a good example where they have rebooted probably every 5 to 6 years. They reboot their cartoon franchise so that they can remarket toys to younger audiences and then the animation style is adapted to whatever is cool at the time. So you can look at things like Mutant Mayhem. It has a very distinct style from Rise of the TMNT, and which is distinct from the 2012 TMNT, which is distinct from the 2003 TMNT, which is distinct from the original 80s series. Again, which is distinct from the live action movies themselves. So there's just always lots of things that they can do. Let's see. What did that say?
It said Dom's gonna mess himself when they make RC topless for the movie.
Okay. Yeah.
We had a discussion about this the other day where I think somebody said, I think it was you, Sticks, telling Dom like he's gonna freak out when they show like Optimus making out with RC or banging RC, and Dom's like, oh, nobody wants to see that. Nobody gonna see that.
I will say that I think maybe Transformers and G.I. Joe do the reboot stuff the worst. Like they have really cool toys. Transformers and G.I. Joes are really cool toys, and they don't try to market the cartoon to new audiences to sell these toys as much as they did when we were kids. My kids know Ninja Turtle toys, they know Marvel toys, they know DC superhero toys. Transformers are less known to them. G.I. Joes are unknown to them, and so it's like, well, what changed is probably our sensibility revolving around guns for sure. But I think those are things that they could market a lot better.
Well, I think
we also haven't had a G.I. Joe or Transformers cartoon in about 10 years. Transformers a little bit longer. So
no, there's been Transformers. There's Transformers.
I mean, well, they've had Rescue Bots. I wouldn't call that a.
No, there was
Transformers 1.
Well, there was that one, but there was one on
was a
TV
movie
recently too.
Well, they've had Rescue Bots on Nickelodeon. I think
it was like Earthspark.
Earthspark. Yeah, you're right. Earthspark. That was one.
They had
I forgot about that one.
Cyberverse. Also,
that was on Netflix, right? One with a Netflix maybe. I don't know. I forgot about Earthspark though. I forgot about that one. So yeah, you're right. Bad. I remember watching a couple episodes and it wasn't bad. We just never watched it again.
Which Dungeon Crawler says that they realized adult collectors had jobs. Yeah, and they're the ones buying the toys. So they're like, oh, all right, well, maybe we could get into this. Like, there's money. You would think there's money to be made from Hot Toys to launch a Ninja Turtles line or anything like that. Like, I guess what I was getting, like, would you say that maybe a show like Dragon Ball that's been going on since the 80s or One Piece that's what, since 99? Do you feel like it's continue like to progress with the age of and pay off and offer value and content to the fan now that maybe was younger and started when those franchises were launched? Or you feel like it's like Pokemon that just continues to like stay focused on that one certain age range?
So with One Piece, they were primarily for the first 25 years of its story, they were primarily focused on the story itself as the merchandise that they were selling. And then, maybe 5 years ago, they launched a bunch of other kind of toy lines, but the big one is the collectible card game, the CCG that they just launched. And that is selling like crazy. That's going crazy. I feel like they've been mostly focused on book sales and digital media. And then, they've had some games that they've sold along the way, but it's more lately they've really gotten into the merchandising stuff, the toy lines, the CCGs. That I don't know what took them so long. It took them a long time to develop the CCG. They finally did. And then for Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball has been merchandising like crazy the whole time. They had so many fighting games and so many card games and so many toys. Like there's never been a shortage of Dragon Ball merchandise.
But not so much like the merchandise, but I'm talking like the content and the story and like the subject matter. Do you feel like it's grown and evolved to a more mature, to reach a more mature audience as it's gone, or do you feel like it's kind of stayed the same all the way through?
So One Piece, the author of One Piece is kind of a unique storytelling. I'm going to say like mindset, where he has always said that his ideal audience is himself at 15 years old, and he's writing for his 15-year-old self. And so he's been in that sort of paradigm for the last 30 years, trying to write this story to impress his 15-year-old self. And the story has changed. I mean, as far as the manga goes, it hasn't changed a ton as far as the content, but it has intensified in the last, I'm going to say 5 years. It has intensified greatly. And in fact, if I could do like a comic book theater of what's been going on in One Piece for the last year, I would do that every week. That's what I would do, is we would just read One Piece this whole time, because it's so fantastic and phenomenal, and the characters are so compelling, even though they've only been in the story for just a few weeks, that it's like impossible to resist. So it's like the fandom is now calling One Piece peak piece, because it's hitting heights that it has never hit before. And I was concerned that the best of One Piece was behind us, in story arcs like Enies Lobby and Marineford. And here we are in a story arc called God Valley that is just blowing me away. It's so good. It has never been this good before. And so it's just like it goes ups and downs. Authors have have fits and starts. The ones that stick around, they're good for 200 chapters or 400 chapters. Naruto was like 800 chapters. Bleach was like 600 chapters. I mean, those are really rare. It's really rare to have that kind of stamina, that kind of longevity in a series. Most of them, they peter out after 100 or 200. You know, that's like, you think about 50 chapters a year. You think about like 50 chapters a year, 100 chapters, that's 2 years. 200 chapters, 4 years. And here we are at almost 1,200 chapters of One Piece. You know, he's actually slowed down his production quite a bit. So now it's been 28 years since One Piece manga started in 1997. So we're coming up on 30 years just about, and that's really, really rare because, yeah, they have maybe 1 or 2 good stories to tell. They tell them, and then they just get the royalties off the books, the book sales, and the merchandise. I don't know if that answered your question. It is.
Yeah.
One Piece is as good now as it has ever been. Maybe better.
Sweet. All right, for all you Stranger Things fans, the 2-hour series finale will officially play in theaters this December in an unprecedented move from any streaming show. The upcoming 2-hour series finale for Stranger Things will play in theaters in the US and Canada for a brief run. Climactic episode, which is titled The Right Side Up, will premiere on Netflix in more than 350 theaters on December 31st, starting at 5 p.m., playing through January 1st, 2026. Specifically, theaters locations will be announced at a later date. Last month, Netflix Chief Content Officer Bella Bajaria seemed to dismiss the idea of allowing the final to play on the big screen. A lot of people have watched Stranger Things on Netflix. She said it has not suffered from lack of conversation or community or sharing or fandom. I think releasing it on Netflix is giving the fans what they want. Whether she was attempting to throw fans off the scent in the build up to this announcement or simply came around to the idea or was overruled, it's not clear. The Duffer Brothers released the following statement: "We're beyond excited that fans will have the chance to experience the final episode in theaters. It's something we've dreamed about for years. We're so grateful to everyone at Netflix for making it happen. Getting to see it on the big screen with incredible sound, picture, and a room full of fans feels like the perfect way to celebrate the end of this adventure." You guys going to go see the final episode of Stranger Things in theaters, or are you just going to watch it at home on Netflix?
I might do both. I have really enjoyed Demon Slayer and then the Chainsaw Man movies, which are just part of a continuation of the series of those particular animes. And if they want to do something like that with Stranger Things, I really have enjoyed Stranger Things too. And so, yeah, I'd probably give it a shot in the theaters.
Sticks was shaking his head no. He's like, I'm not going to the movie theaters.
No, I'll watch this. If I'm going to watch this, I'll watch this at home.
You know, I think we're going to see a lot more stuff like this happen. I think we're we're kind of moving now to where the cinema and movie theater experience is going to be just that. It's going to be an experience kind of like Broadway or something like that, where you have these special event things like this to try to drive people to theaters. And it's not so much just going to be your normal releases, but it's going to be more of like, it's there for the people who enjoy going to the cinema. But I think we're definitely moving in a way of movies being consumed differently and at home via VOD or however you want to go about that. Like, for the longest time, Kyle's been on this scent for years, and I was like, you're crazy. Like, nobody, they're going to lose money doing that. They will never go right to DVD or right to home video release with new stuff. Well, that's not the case anymore. So I think, like I said, we're going to see cinema going to a more spectacle, to where it's kind of like a one-off, like Broadway and you're going to have like event things like this happen, because they're already showing like WWE pay-per-views in movie theaters now, UFC fights in movie theaters now. You're having like relaunches of like Rocky Horror Picture Show right now. They're bringing movies back for milestone anniversaries. It already seems kind of feel that way, that it's becoming more of a like spectacle and grandiose thing than just going to see a random movie on a Friday night.
Well, I mean,
It makes it interactive. Sounds fun. I'm down.
it used to be that movies weren't just random. It seems like since COVID, most of the movies that have come out have been just random. But if they put together something that is thoughtful and something that is not random, something that's really been carefully put together, kind of like this finale season of Stranger Things. At least from all appearances, it looks like it's being put together very thoughtfully. I think people will show up because this is really neat and it's really cool to see Stranger Things with a group of fans. You know, there's nothing quite like the energy that you get watching a finale movie on opening night with a bunch of people in costume and who are super excited to be there. You know, I think back to Avengers Endgame, that premiere, there were so many people in costume. I was in costume and there was a ton of energy and everyone was really into it. You know, the last time you got that energy was like the Minecraft movie where they would have the chicken jockey. Every time the chicken jockey came on and everyone just lose their minds. That kind of energy is really rare to capture, but I think Stranger Things has the potential to do it.
See, when we had Film Bar in downtown Phoenix, they did a lot of stuff like that too, where like they would show Tommy Wiseau's The Room, and it was like interactive where people would throw spoons at the screen, and whenever they saw spoons in picture frames and things like that, or like Rocky Horror Picture Show, how they had like a really interactive experience with that movie and things like that. But yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like you were saying that they're going that way. And I kind of don't contribute it so much to COVID, but COVID had a big thing to do with it. But I think it's like also the writer's strike and how now you're paying anywhere between 13 a person to 20 a person, depending on where you live, to go to the movies. And you don't know what you're getting. You're getting either movies that are terribly reviewed, superhero movies, or remakes like Running Man, or there's not a lot of like originality in Hollywood anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, the fact that they're rebooting so many properties just tells you that they have become really staid and they really don't like to risk anything that's not a property that was done 40 years ago successfully. Like originality is now in the
Tyson says, I don't want my thigh rubbed by a dude just like Kyle.
Well, you know, it's kind of a crapshoot. Sometimes it's a guy, sometimes it's a girl. But definitely my thigh's getting rubbed.
Sometimes both.
I don't know, like last night, my wife and I went out on a rare date night and we went to see a movie she wanted to see and has been talking about wanting to see, and it was fun being in there, and it kind of brought back the magic of the theater with like the people around the theater, like just being invested in the movie and invested as things happen and reactions as things happen and things like that. It was definitely a different feel and really kind of rejuvenated my love, because I love going to the theater. I love the smell of popcorn. I love just being there in the room, like Sam said, with other people, the spectacle of going to see a movie in the theater. That's my preferred way to see it versus sitting at home. I like sitting in the dark where my wife can't ask me 1,000 times, now what was that? Like who did that? Like Gen V. My wife has been watching Gen V with me since season 1, but she's not watched episode of The Boy. Refused to watch The Boys. And now we get to the climax, the final of Gen V, and she's like, who's that character? Who's Homelander? Why are they trying to stop Homelander? Who's Starlight? Who's this person? And it's like, well, you should watch The Boys. You need to watch The Boys. So it's I pray for being in a dark movie theater where she can't sit there and ask me a million fucking questions. But all right, moving on. That's it for news. We're gonna hand it over to Big Daddy Sam.
Woohoo!
For big news and anime. Secretly, we all know this is Ed's favorite segment, and watch your ears. Have you seen Jurassic World Rebirth? Yes,
No.
I've seen that abomination of a movie.
No, I haven't seen it. All right, let's move into the first story. There has been some controversy surrounding season 3 of One Punch Man, which is now out. We've got 2 episodes in. Episode 3 releases tomorrow on Hulu. And the animation quality has left something to be desired. Matt, I'm going to need you to click on the right-hand picture there. So this is one of the scenes from episode 2. And Garo is kind of the main antagonist, but he has a kind of a nice streak when it comes to this kid with the bowl cut. And in the original, this is the AI version where he slides down the hill to help Tario with the bullies. He chases off the bullies. But in the original, they just do, if you go back to the slideshow, they just do like a PNG, and you drag the PNG down the hill. Just the PNG of Garou, and he just gets dragged down the hill. And most of the animation scenes are kind of one cell with like the mouth moving, where it's a lot of dialogues, not a lot of action. And anybody who's seen season 1 of One Punch Man that was done by Madhouse Animation Studio knows that the animation style alone brought a lot of people to the series. Then JC Staff took over season 2, and a lot of that kind of care and thoughtfulness that went into the animation was gone, and you could tell that they were doing a lot of shortcuts. And now with season 3, they've done even more shortcuts. Not to say that they don't have some scenes that have the same kind of quality that you might expect from One Punch Man, but they are few and far between. You get maybe 1 10 or 15 second action sequence where the animation style is very carefully planned out per episode. The rest of it, like, this is very indicative of the problems of season 3. And so turns out that the director has resigned from the studio because he's tired of the criticism, or he can't show his face. He's just really embarrassed by the criticism that his work is receiving. And that's kind of typical of Japanese society. When something's not well received, whoever's in charge usually resigns, and they accept responsibility that way. But it's been really disappointing. Hopefully there's enough of the sort of action sequences that are yet to come that will make up for sort of a lot of the shortcuts that they've taken for season 3.
I'll donate a pack of Destined Rivals Pokemon to give away during Sam's segment next week. Nice, Cosmic.
Cool. Hey, thanks, Cosmic. All right, next up.
Ed says probably for the better he lives.
Yeah, it is. It is for the better. We got a bunch more of season 2 reveals from One Piece live action this week, or in the last couple weeks, actually. On the right-hand side, we have Mr. Three's Wax Tea House from the Little Garden story arc, in which the giants on the left feature. We also have the set for the Whiskey Peak, where the Straw Hats face off against 100 bounty hunters. And it's looking pretty good. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, but I'm pretty impressed. I mean, the live action Tea House Mr. Three's Tea House looks better in the live action than it even does in the anime or the manga. So it's like, okay, this one actually got an upgrade. Maybe they couldn't find just like a waxy box to be the tea house, but it actually looks pretty nice. And then the giants, they look really decent. This is pretty accurate to how they look in the manga and anime. So I'm excited. I think this is going to be even better than season 1. I'm looking forward to it. It comes out in January 2026, and there's still a bunch of promotional materials being released, including the Lego sets that you can also purchase.
Except Luffy kind of looks like he's wearing John Cena's Peacemaker outfit right here.
They do have quite a few costume changes. In the original manga and anime, Luffy wears the same outfit for most of the time. He changes outfits maybe once every story arc. Nami, on the other hand, changes outfits every day. For the live action, they've decided that they're going to cycle through costumes or outfits every island, and so you'll see quite a few more costume changes. In the Whiskey Peak, for example, Luffy's going to be wearing a baseball uniform. And then kind of a more classic red shirt and shorts look in Little Garden with the Giants.
Ed says, do they look decent?
I think they do. I think they look.
Nami is all I watched the show for.
She's probably my least favorite actor out of all of them. I feel like the direction they've given her is don't show like much emotion. Try not to wrinkle your face at all. And the male characters get a lot more kind of the highs and the lows, and they're able to really lean into their characters' emotions. But Nami seems like Emily Rudd seems like she really has to hold back on her acting. So I don't know. She is a good-looking individual, but to me, her acting just needs to be a little bit more punched up. All right, let's move on. Tatsuki Fujimoto is the author of Chainsaw Man, and he's got a film anthology for several short films that are going to be released. And I thought we might take a look at each of the trailers. There's just a handful. If you want to click on each of the where it says trailer, it'll bring us into trailer for each one. He wrote a bunch of stories that are being that were manga, and they're being adapted into these kind of short films as an anthology. And his characteristic is like high emotion coupled with insane action and insane story elements. And so this is, it's pretty cool, pretty characteristic of his style, but each one of these shorts is going to be directed by a different director. And so it's kind of like the Star Wars Visions, but just with Tatsuki Fujimoto. Stories. And
the week.
I don't know if you guys have been on Amazon Prime, but they have his Look Back, which was the anime film of the year last year, which is available. It's only about an hour long, so if you want to check out kind of a short movie, that's a good one. And then we can go to the next one.
Wait, is this going to be like Love is Blind? Oh, okay.
So yeah, each one of these is one of the shorts that make up the anthology. There's 8 total.
I thought you were just tricking us. It was going to be a shirt for like Netflix's Love is Blind reality show.
No, that's the name of this particular entry. And they're all what does he say?
I don't think you guys heard that when my kid just screamed, "Yeah, I took a shit."
No, I didn't hear that. All right, there's one more. Sasaki stops the bullet. And they all kind of have some really serious elements. And thanks, Solo.
Right. Congratulations on the bowel movement.
So yeah, I mean, it's a cool anthology series, and Tatsuki Fujimoto is kind of an edgy guy. He's the guy who did Chainsaw Man, and if you guys remember, we featured some of those really crazy stories from Chainsaw Man. And speaking of Chainsaw Man, that'll take us into the last news story, or the last anime news story, which is
Kind
that,
of, Ed. She uses the traditional, like, flushable baby wipes.
which is that the Chainsaw Man Raise Arc movie has released this weekend. I went and saw it last night, and I have to say that this is probably the best movie I've seen this year. Out of all the movies, and not even just anime movies, but all the movies I've seen this year, is probably the best one. And I really, really liked the Demon Slayer movie, but this one is even better than that. And
Is it subbed or dubbed?
you can watch it subbed or dubbed. They have them both.
Okay.
They also have them in 3D. It's just phenomenal. Like the story pacing, the action, they did do there's like a skinny dipping scene with the gal you see on the right. Her name's Reze, where she's teaching Denji, or Chainsaw Man, how to swim. And they edit it so that you don't see her nipples. It's just like a Barbie doll. Like she's got the Barbie doll chest. But there's some nudity. There was a guy in Japan who went and saw it, and he was Pee Wee Hermaning. I think we talked about that briefly on the show, but he got arrested for having his wang out, jerking off during the movie. But at any rate, it's a fantastic movie. It's rated R. They don't hold back on anything. It's incredibly sad at the end, but heartwarming up until that point. And then it's just the pacing of it's really good. You really feel the sense of longing, and then the loss, and then the excitement, and then the devastation at the end. And it's just really, really fantastic. So unlike One Punch Man season 3 animation quality, which is rock bottom, this is top notch. And so I would encourage all of you, if you haven't ever seen any Chainsaw Man, get caught up on season 1, so you know what you're getting into, because this is basically season 2 of Chainsaw Man. And I think you'll like it. Compared to what? Wonder Woman 1984. Wonder Woman 1984 may be one of the worst movies released in the last 5 years.
Well, yeah, Ed calling poppycock on, is this the best? This is the best movie you've seen.
No,
all year.
I see a lot of movies during the year, but this one is fantastic. And I have gotten a lot more selective on the movies that I go see because of the price increase. But it's phenomenal. I enjoyed every second of the movie while I was in it. There weren't any parts where I was like, oh, this is taking too long. It's about an hour and 40 minutes. There is a post-credit scene. So stick around. It's kind of a mid-credit scene. It doesn't take, you don't have to wait till the very end of the credits, but a mid-credit scene. And it's just fantastic. I think if you like movies, you'll love Chainsaw Man Raise Arc.
Is the animation better than the new Demon Slayer movie?
So it's a different style. With the Demon Slayer movie, they were going with kind of a 2.5D realism with the Infinity Castle, where they were trying to really give you a sense of depth and a sense of labyrinthine quality of the Infinity Castle. There's nothing like that in here, but they do use kind of the cell shaded 2.5D style. So it's the same animation style where they're using a 3D model to portray a 2D film or 2D animation. But it doesn't ever look like CGI. It looks like cell animation, hand animated cell animation. And so I don't think that you'll ever go in there thinking, oh, they took shortcuts here, because it doesn't feel like there's any shortcuts that were taken. The action is very fast paced, and like the emotional moments, they really don't rush them. They take their time with the emotional moments. So if you've got a wife or a girlfriend that wants to see something romantic and it will indulge you in some anime action, it's quite gory action, then this is a good hit. I think this would be a hit for both men and women. But yeah, that's my thoughts. And then we'll go into the manga spotlight. So this is the scene, kind of the driving force behind the movie in the manga version of it. So Denji goes on a date with Makima, who's his boss, and he pledges to himself, I'll never fall for anybody else besides Makima. Then he gets caught in the rain, and he goes into a phone booth, and then a girl jumps in there with him, and it happens to be Reze, and he gives her a flower after a short conversation, and then that starts their kind of romance together. And as soon as he had pledged, I'll never fall for anybody else, he instantly starts falling for somebody else. So that's kind of the impetus behind the Reze movie, is Denji is caught between his love of two women, and he doesn't know what to do. So Denji, it does sound like dingy, but it's Denji, Denji. And it's very, very good. I think you guys will enjoy it. If you don't like it, let me know. But I would be shocked if you didn't enjoy this movie. All right, Ben.
Well, if Sam leaves SNS and starts his own YouTube channel, then who will we pick on?
And then we can go on to, I don't have any new Fidel news. Hopefully he gets some leave and we get to see him here around Christmas time. But I don't have any news per se from him. And then do have a couple highlights, though. Let's start with the picture highlight.
Oh, you want to start with the picture highlight?
Start with the picture highlight.
Threw me off.
All right, so this should be Thaddeus making some spectacular catches. Does one on his keister, and then he goes ahead and hits the celebration. So he does a jumping catch. Looks like he's moonwalking in midair. Boom, and then he hits this. I mean, this guy was tearing us up, and Thaddeus was able to catch one on his butt. So that was pretty good.
Got to hit the
emote
Fortnite dance, huh?
Yeah. He's pretty good when he's motivated to do it. We had a game this week where there wasn't much of an audience, so he was just kind of goofing around the whole time. And then let's go to the other one. So we had a bit, the highlight. We had a bit of a controversy. Thaddeus thought he hit me with this ball, and he's like, "Oh, I hit you," and I said, "No, it hit the ball." And he goes, "Oh, let's hit the replay." So here's the instant replay. You can see the ball kind of knocks the ball out of my hand, but I'm able to stop it before I drop it. Since we don't have instant replay, we do this kind of run back challenge to see who gets to stay in. And that was my little twinkle toes move. Like the little twinkle toes move I did there, approaching. So again, ball's knocked out of my hand, but I catch it before it drops to the ground. So I'm still in. Thaddeus says, "No, I challenge." And that's just the instant replay for all of us. And then do the challenge. The biggest thing here is I win because I do this twinkle toes move right here. Deep, 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 deep. And then boom. So there you go.
Let's take the time to appreciate Sam's calves. Look at Sam's calves just glistening right there.
Yeah, I do have pretty decent calves. That's probably the best feature. But boom.
Look at that. I couldn't stop in time. Close up of the calves. Look at all that ball contact in me, big fella.
Hey, I give you what you want, Solo. That's all for you.
All right. Well, that's it for Dodgeball and the Sports Report. Thank you, Sam. Now we're going to get into mega character matchup.
What if we see a clip of Fidel and his place is filled with art from the Louvre? Then we'll know he's basically Kaiser Soze. He's been playing us all as verbal Kint. Usual Suspects reference right there.
Have you ever, when I picture Fidel, have you ever seen the movie Observe and Report?
Is that like the security guard?
Yeah, it's the one where Seth Rogen, where he's a security guard. He wants to be a cop.
Yeah.
And someone keeps robbing the mall. And I can't think of the actor's name. He plays Luis in Ant-Man.
Oh, Michael Pena.
Michael Pena, where at the end he plays like the guy, and then like at the end he turns out to be like this bank robber, or maybe Doofy from Scream is a better way to put it. How like at the end of the movie he takes off the uniform and the stupid disguise, and he's actually like this suave debonair thief. That's kind of how I picture Fidel. That maybe.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, I know.
That's Kaiser Soze, right? That's Verbal Kint and Kaiser Soze from Usual Suspects.
But just idiot to very suave.
The mastermind, the secret mastermind.
But all right, mega character matchup. We have Captain Britain versus Catwoman. Sam, why don't you fill us in on Captain Britain?
Yeah, you got it. So, just to catch everybody up, Captain Britain has a 75 out of 100 for intelligence, a 95 out of 100 for strength, and 70 out of 100 for speed, 90 out of 100 for durability, 85 out of 100 for power, and combat is 80 out of 100. His signature abilities include the Amulet of Right and the Sword of Might. Are tied to British mythology. He has dimensional awareness and can sense and travel between realities. He can project blasts of mystical force, and he has flight and enhanced reflexes that make him give him versatile aerial combat. And he's resistant to reality manipulation and psychic intrusion, thanks to his ties to mysticism and magic.
We need to do an MCM with the guys from Renovision.
And then a Catwoman. Catwoman's kind of a...
Sadly, I think Sam would win that, seeing as he's the only one here that's ever competed in Ninja Warrior. And twice. And the rest of us are, let's say, a little soft in the midsection.
Sticks, you hitting those sit-ups before you go to the chaperone? Is your midsection soft?
I always do my calisthenics before.
Sticks is like the master Roshi. He leaves a lot to be desired, but when he takes his shirt off, he's just fucking absolutely shredded.
Abs.
For days.
All right, so Catwoman's got a 75 out of 100 for intelligence. She's a clever strategist, master thief, and manipulator. 15 out of 100 for strength. She's got peak human strength, agile, but not superhuman by any stretch. She has a 30 out of 100 for speed. She's got quick reflexes and acrobatic movement. Her durability is only 20 out of 100. She can take hits, but relies primarily on agility and stealth. Her powers, for a human, a respectable 20 out of 100. She got no superpowers, but she does have gadgets and whips. Is there footage available of my Ninja Warrior runs? They're not very long, but yeah, there's a little bit. If you go to my Instagram, then you'll see them, but they're not very long.
There's footage of you kicking the dude in the nuts repeatedly.
Did kick a guy in the balls a few times. I didn't ever get past the first round, but I did compete twice in Ninja Warrior. And then finally, an 85 out of 100 for combat. I feel like this is more of like a measure of how high your martial arts ability are, or your combat awareness, but certainly not any measure of how well you would do in an actual fight with a superhuman or metahuman. So here's our scenario. Setting a moonlit rooftop in London where Catwoman is attempting to steal a magical artifact from the British Museum. Oh, I hope this gives her a leg up. An ancient shard linked to the Sword of Might. Captain Britain intercepts her, sensing a breach in mystical protocol. Round 1, stealth versus honor. Catwoman uses smoke bombs and rooftop shadows to evade detection, slipping past security with feline grace. Captain Britain scans what she doesn't realize is all you need is a pickup truck. You just drive through the front door. Captain Britain scans the area with dimensional awareness, sensing her presence and cutting off escape routes. Selena Kyle lashes out with her whip, disarming.
Oh, shit.
Just in time to hit us with the whip sound effect. How's it going, Kyle?
You know what I feel like? A man that just got a bunch of money and he's bloated on hookers and blow. That's how I feel right now. The fuck is all this crap up here?
This is the evolution of MCM, mega character matchup.
The evolution of it.
Yeah, we're trying to fit it into as few of slides as possible. So let's see. Catwoman's stealth and agility give her the upper hand in the opening salvo. Round 2, this power shift. Captain Britain activates the Amulet of Right, enhancing his strength and durability. He flies above the rooftops using sonic burst to flush Catwoman out of hiding. Catwoman counters with acrobatics and gadgets, but her strikes barely dent his mystical armor. Captain Britain's power scaling begins to overwhelm Catwoman's street-level tactics to give him the edge. In the final clash, Grace versus Might, Catwoman attempts a final gambit using the shard to blind Britain with a burst of magical light. How does she know how to work that? How does she know how to do that? Captain Britain resists, channeling the Sword of Might, and traps her in a containment field of pure order. Selena concedes, speaking, "You win, but I still got the shard's replica." Winner, 9 times out of 10, is Captain Britain. His superhuman stats, flight, and mystical defenses outclass Catwoman's peak human agility and gadgets. Catwoman could escape or outwit him in a heist scenario, but in a direct combat, Britain's strength and power dominate.
Yes. What did you hold on.
Hold on, what?
Nothing. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, okay.
Pause for effect.
All I did was put in, give me a scenario and a winner between a battle between Catwoman and Captain Britain, and that's what it come up with.
That's what it comes up with, just like before.
What AI are you using, Matt?
Copilot.
His mom's. Mom, who do you think will win between these two people? Can you give me a scenario, Mom? Matt, of course I can. Come sit on the couch with me. I'm going to tell you a story.
Then Matt is detailing every word as it falls from Mother's mouth.
Scribing it.
Thank you, Mom. No problem, Matt.
My mom's pretty manly sounding.
Yeah, she has a really deep voice.
She really doesn't sound like that at all.
Come here, Matthew. Come sit on Mommy's lap.
Hey, I told you no. Shut up, Matt's dad.
I like how my dad sounds more feminine.
Yes, go to bed. He's got school in the morning.
Let me tell you the story of Captain Britain and Catwoman. Oh, thanks, Mom.
I've been meaning to tell this to you for years.
Come on, sit on my lap, Maddie.
We'll talk about the first thing that pops up. Signed, Mom.
Come sit on my lap and we'll talk about the first thing that pops up. That doesn't sound very exciting.
But Mom,
trap.
Not again.
It sounds like a trap.
Now, is she or is she not wearing the Mother's Day lingerie that I would have gotten her?
Of course she is.
She's so proud.
She's got to set the mood, Matt. Got to set the mood.
Oh,
Real mood setter, huh, Sticks? All right, let's
Oh,
see
yeah.
who Captain Britain's going to face next week or
Captain
in 2
India.
weeks, depending on the way this show goes.
Fidel.
Miracle
Miracle
Man.
Man. Ooh,
It's like
nice.
Marco or anybody showed up on this yet?
No, not yet.
Tonight.
Yeah. No, not on the show, but on that list, it has like Marco and
Oh,
Pete
on
and
the
shit on
wheel.
it.
No.
Yeah.
We're still hoping
Tyson
for
wants
Fidel.
us to do a Renovision MCM, so maybe we'll just have
Yeah,
to.
I'd like to have Fidel in that bracket.
You know,
Fidel
guys,
needs to
I
be
came and jumped on and everybody left.
Matt's dead. Come sit on my lap and I'll tell you about all the dead bodies I saw today.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh, shit. I should have talked about that at the beginning of the show when we were talking about interesting things that we saw or happened over the last 3 weeks we haven't been
Dead
here.
bodies.
I saw a
3
dead body
weeks.
at the gym.
What?
What?
Yeah. It was apparently a road rage incident. But it happened in half the parking lot. So when I pulled up, it was last Saturday morning. I pulled up and they had half of it taped off, like half of the driveway taped off. But there was cops just standing around. And as I was getting out of the car to walk into the gym, the medical examiner.
Get out of the way,
Shut up.
boys. Someone's got to work out.
Yeah, and like you just walk in and you look to the left, and there it is, like a red SUV, and dude just like slumped over, all shot to shit in it.
Oh my gosh.
Blood all of like coming out of his mouth and out of his ears and stuff. Like it was wild. But then
Sounds like
no,
a dead guy, all right.
yeah, nothing covering it up, nothing like that. Just out in the open for everyone to see. And it was like right in front of a dance studio and a taekwondo place. So there's like kids walking past it to go into the taekwondo dojo, and this woman like walks up to go into the dance studio with her kid, and she's like, I gotta get my kid into her dance recital. And the cops like, well, obviously you can see we got a crime scene here, so they're not opening this dance school until we're done here. So there's no dance today, and told her to leave. She got all pissy and left. And this is some bullshit. Fucking
Mommy, why is that man on his car?
Oh jeez.
I'm trying to think if anything interesting happened to me in the last little bit. In the last 3 weeks, you said?
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks since we've done an episode.
I had back surgery.
How'd that go?
I could walk again.
That's amazing.
Yay.
Yay.
Hey, yeah, because I went to go. I know Matt knows this, but like for some reason, yeah, it was getting harder and harder for me to walk, and I was walking to the car to get in to go to a doctor's appointment. I fell. My legs just gave out.
No.
The fire department had to come and put me in an ambulance and shit. So I had to have a neurosurgeon cut out most of the tumor on my back off my spinal cord. Now I'm bringing the show down, Ed. But I had that happen, and then a bunch of like rods and pins and shit put in, and then I went to physical therapy.
Well, that's great. Sounds like you're getting better.
I can. It's pretty nice being able to get up and go poop yourself without somebody having to fucking drag you there.
It's the little things, the luxuries, the little luxuries.
Yeah. So that's and that's it. That's been my last 3 weeks.
Well, that's great, man. I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad I'm here too.
Well, great. And then Matt dipped out right when we need to advance this line.
He's Googling.
He's Googling. I was pulling up this, I pulled up this thing. It's like, you know how like, it's like you open it up, like it's like weddings in funerals and shit where everybody puts their name on, to show that they were there. There was one that said happy 50th birthday. I told my wife today, I said, buy this. And if I'm alive by the time this rolls around, then we can make sure everybody signs it. She didn't think it was funny.
Oh, hey, you're having the big concert tomorrow night, right?
Yes, if you guys live in the Phoenix area, my wife's work, the Nash, is doing a benefit jazz concert for me. So if you guys aren't doing anything between 6 and 9, and you live in the Phoenix area, you're going by. There? I will be there.
Nice.
I'm gonna get up there and play the fucking piano.
You can play the piano?
Better than I can tune a fish.
It's jazz. It's jazz.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, so if anybody in the Phoenix area is here, and it's by donations. You come in and, you know, that's the entry fee. It's for 3 hours. You guys want to watch some cool jazz players. If not, oh well. Except Matt. Matt has to be there.
That's a real selling point. If not, oh well.
Well, I can't make anybody do shit. I mean,
right.
But yeah, if you're in the Phoenix area, like I know Sam's excited.
Yeah, I'll be there.
No bass playing, Kyle.
I might jump up there and do it.
Slapping the bass.
Cosmic One wants to know how the VW is.
Ugh. I look at it every day and a tear falls because I fucking can't get in it. Because, I mean, not to my back heels more. Then I could probably get back in it. Probably when I can stop wearing a back brace.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be there going, slapping the bass for Ed.
BK wants to know if there's a rap solo for Sam at the concert.
How's it get up?
Sam's just going to get on stage and just fucking start doing it. Now, here's a little story I've got to tell about my podcasting name, Kyle.
That's better than anything I've done. In the last 6 weeks.
So, but all right. So what's next, Matt? So I don't have to fire you.
Please do.
Best and worst.
Please do. Yeah, we got best and worst covers of the week. We're gonna go ahead and launch this intro. So watch your ears on that. If I can get it to go. All right. Well, I guess we're not doing the intro for best and worst because it doesn't want to play. So
thanks, StreamYard.
Well, StreamYard's best now, isn't it?
StreamYard is on Styx internet, apparently. But leading us off for the worst cover of the week, we have this Daniel Warren Johnson on Absolute Batman Annual #1.
Wait.
Why is this bad?
Look at
Daniel Warren Johnson
arm.
Uh-oh. He usually does good covers.
Not this time.
I'm gonna have to have a talk with him after the show.
You might need to talk with Raphael Albuquerque while you're at it too, because his covers.
Is this next?
No, but his just covers have been real bad, especially on Superman.
Yeah, you know, some people can draw it. Like, remember, fucking Charlie. What's his name? Who draws Walking Dead? Charlie Adlard.
Charlie Adlard.
He couldn't draw Superman for shit.
Yeah, it's rough in the streets for DC sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of this cover. I think Daniel Warren Johnson, like the KKK members or the hooded mob over here, they're decent. But then you get to the Batman, it looks like a different art style for the Batman. Not a big fan of like how big this Batman is, where now he's rocking the Glenn Danzig look, where he's all short and his pouches are almost as big as him. And they went to the Daniel Warren Johnson obviously channeled his inner Rob Liefeld here for the amount of pouches Batman has on him here. Absolutely ridiculous. Bro, BK, this cover is booty hole. All right.
It's maybe he lost a bet. Hey, you got to put as many fucking pouches on there as you can. You got a Liefeld pouch the shit out of this cover. Oh man, he's like, remember that? Remember that bet you lost? Time to pay up. That's what I think.
His cape looks more like a scarf.
Dude, go on Instagram, Matt, right now. Find Daniel Warren Johnson and ask him if he lost a bet to put that many pouches on the cover of Absolute Batman Annual 1. Do it.
So I can get blocked by Daniel Warren Johnson.
Oh no.
I know.
Yeah, but
I don't want that.
Don't you feel like this art style is pretty much in line with the property, though?
That's what I was thinking. I mean, they exaggerate him being
Not
huge
for
anyway.
Absolute Batman. No, this is like the reverse of. I can't remember who said it earlier. We were talking about the cover. Oh, who was I can't remember who said it earlier in chat about the covers of like the covers are better than the interiors. As far as Absolute Batman goes, I feel like this is the reverse where the interiors are better than the cover.
Dude, put that shit on your screen and and put it. Don't even message him. At whatever his is, ask him if he lost a bet that he had to put that many pouches that he had to have at Rob Liefeld that many fucking pouches on Batman.
All right. I'm working on it.
Yeah, you are.
No, I promise I am. For you, I am.
Okay.
I'm looking for the cover because on Instagram I have to have an image to go with it. So
it's a good amount of pouches, but there are way too many feet, Rob Liefeld. And then put that too. So okay. While you're still doing that, go to the next one.
Next up, we have this cover B Jamal Campbell variant on Batman and Robin 12. It's not
what is
terrible
going
cover.
on here, man?
Yeah, it's like the creepy toucher Robin, like Uncle Creepy Touchy Robin over here.
Okay, do you remember the
Look at those watermelons?
Remember the Baywatch movie with Zac Efron and The Rock?
Unfortunately.
The Robin face looks like Zac Efron and Batman looks like The Rock.
He promised. Hell, I don't even make promises to my wife. That's funny, Ed.
And why is Robin doing this thing?
Grabbing those cantaloupes.
Creepy hands. Grabbing.
Hey now. Number.
Robin's gonna get you.
What's going on in the middle? Is it like a energy transfer?
I thought Batman was quantum leaping or something.
It looks like
they're being united by candlelight.
It's like
Cool,
a Sailor Moon transformation with the power of friendship.
Of friendship and rainbows.
I gotta try and find Daniel Warren Johnson's Instagram.
Can't find it.
Is Jamal Campbell related to J. Scott Campbell?
Oh,
No.
That's why. It's Daniel Warren art. That's why I couldn't find it. I got it now.
Oh shit. Are you gonna do that? Oh my god. Can you do I wish you could do it from the
The Renovision.
Yes. I so wish you could do it from the Renovision.
Do it from Styx's. Styx do it.
All right. What do you want me to say? Add Daniel Warren art.
Did you lose a bet to at Rob Liefeld? Go back to it first.
You want me to do show you my Instagram?
I need to look at it again to get my inner what I want you to say power back.
All right.
It's right there in the chat. It's a good amount of pouches, but there are way too many feet.
No, I want you to say, did you lose a bet to @Rob Liefeld that you had to put that many pouches on the cover of Absolute Batman 1 Annual? Or did you just lose a bet in general? That's fucked up. That is so fucked up. You could put LOL if you want at the end. Maybe he's got a good sense of humor. If not, you can blame it on me. Just tell him I'm a cripple with cancer.
Boo. All right. Did you lose a bet to @Rob Liefeld that you had to put that many pouches on Batman on the cover of this Absolute Batman Annual?
He'll never be a guest.
Typing? You're still typing?
I'm a slow typer.
Capital.
Buffy, you should invite Daniel Warren guy. Which one are you doing it under? Yours or Absolute Geek?
Mine. There you go. Did you lose a bet to @Rob Liefeld that you had to put that many pouches on Batman on the cover of this Absolute Batman Annual? LOL.
Yeah, that's it. Awesome.
And
blocked.
Just instantly blocked.
And blocked.
And posted. There it is. Oh, I'm sure I'll be blocked by Rob Liefeld again.
Oh, that's a guarantee. I thought you already were.
My Absolute Geek account is.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's how I type, Sam.
Hey, we're just making a joke. He's got to have a sense of humor. Hopefully.
What's the next cover?
Hold on, let me type my way back into that.
Kyle, you can use it to make a wish to make Rob Liefeld sign a book that he is your actual friend.
He'd be like, "Get that shit out of here."
I remember you.
Gotta play that clip.
All right.
He's your best. Get the hell out of here with that shit.
I'm technically not an educated person.
Rob Liefeld's gonna watch it and be all fucking pissed.
All right, then we got this Tim Sale cover on Batman The Long Halloween, the last Halloween, number 10. 10 of 10.
Is this a Tim Sale cover?
It is.
The only thing I really see with it is just his.
I wish I could zoom in more, but he's got like pouty lips Batman.
Well, like it's just mostly like his hips are straight, but his left leg is like.
His legs are so weird.
I think that's the only thing that does it is it's. It's just his hips are straight and his left leg is turned.
Look at Poison Ivy.
He's tucking
so much hair back here. Like that's all supposed to be her hair.
And she got a little girlfriend.
Like it's like the Riddler looks like Beetlejuice. Like he's got no jaw at all. Like the screen share doesn't do it justice. And then like Batman looks like he just ate a red popsicle and he's got pouty lips. It's look how tiny. Like this arm looks tiny compared to this one. The best part about this cover is Solomon Grundy.
Still a Tim Sale cover.
Yeah.
His leg is weird.
Yeah, it's just the no bend of the hip thing. You know, if he has low back surgery like I did, that twisting is not allowed.
And then we got this Dyke Runa cover on Death of Silver Surfer. This looks like something you'd see on like the wall of a cave or something. A cave painting.
Is that Shallow Hal?
Looks like it was
Shallow Ball, yeah. Shallow Hal.
Shallow Hal.
It doesn't look too bad.
The lack of detail in that cover.
Definitely looks like it was drawn by a Dyke.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. That came from Sticks. Whoa.
Sticks. What the frick?
Wow. That came from Sticks. It's rough. I like her Johnny Kate +8. I want to speak to your manager haircut she's got going on.
It's breathing so loud.
I've been getting the
Sarah says, I've seen that on an x-ray of in someone's butt.
Yeah, we did a story on it.
Tyson says, I got a line from Sticks. Nice.
That's going on the quote game. Everybody clock that quote.
Buffy says Sticks has been hanging out with Marco way too long.
Yeah, you need to get your mind out of the Baltimore gutter.
How was Baltimore?
Good. We had fun.
For everybody except Dom.
Yeah, poor Dom.
Why did Dom get in trouble?
No, he
No.
didn't get invited to dinner.
He got left out of the festivities.
Oh, did he?
He didn't get invited to the annual Renovision dinner.
Oh, that's sad, dude.
And no one messaged him that we were going out to dinner.
Did everybody think that somebody else did?
I think so. And then
No.
previous to that, well, he had said he was going out to dinner to the Cheesecake Factory with his wife and his mother-in-law because his mother-in-law came along.
Oh, gotcha.
So we didn't realize it was like earlier. So, but we went out at like 6, 7 o'clock.
6, 7.
He wanted an engraved invitation.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he went. Oh, he did something with his wife and his mother-in-law. Then he really didn't get left out. He.
Oh, he was still expecting the phone call.
It was dinner, not a prom.
Well, I mean that doesn't track because Sticks was still there, right? If Sticks was there, there's definitely a.
I was off duty.
Duty.
And then we have this Kevin Eastman, Venom, Black, White, and Blood #3. I think it just really goes to show that Kevin Eastman's style doesn't really work for much other than turtles.
Is that a venomized turtle?
I kind of, yeah.
Or a turtleized Venom.
Did Marco pick up the check? No, Marco is done, but y'all got to chip in your part plus $3 for the tip.
That would be fair.
Marco just says, do you know who I am? And they're like, oh, we're so sorry. We'll cover the bill.
Oh, yeah, that shit's fucking free.
He's like, why don't you put my picture on the wall of fame up there too?
Like one of those celebrity headshots that you see like these.
It's just him with like the deepest V you've ever seen with a little fluff of chest hair coming out.
Like that How I Met Your Mother, that what's his name's pictures in like every hamburger place.
He said Pete and Marco did all the super chat money.
Oh, nice.
Listen,
That's nice of them.
He better not have been using super chat money received from this show. That's all I got to tell you on their dinner.
There's a solid chance that there's no super chat money from this show to use.
No way. We got that raid, so we should have plenty of super
That was
chat
like
money.
a year ago.
Nah.
We haven't used it. I don't
We
think.
haven't used it. Marco, I'd like 5 extra sides of olive oil to go. For me on this one, it's just the head. Like the head just doesn't seem to fit the rest of the body. I don't know.
The head does look kind of scrunched in, like he's
He has the same dimensions
Quasimodo or something.
Well, no, he has the same dimensions as the Leprechaun from the Leprechaun movies.
Looks like Big Ed. No neck.
This is a venomized willow.
Dom was fighting with a woman with a baby stroller in the food line at the con. Of course he was.
You're not cutting in front of me.
Yep.
Mark
I
only
think it was
pays
at-
with the
that
grease
was at
from
New
his
York.
chest. Restaurants use it for their fryers.
Dom used that line from A Christmas Story. The wine ends here. It starts over there.
If your singing was better, Sam, you might get some super chat tips.
Oh yeah, from who? From who, Ed? From you?
Definitely not from Ed. But, all right, moving on to our best covers of the week. We have this Lucio Perillo Marvel Zombies variant on all new Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider.
Dude, I like
Number
this
3.
lightning down here. It looks like she's ripping a zombie fucking fart.
Oh, on her hip.
Yeah.
I love the detail in the face.
I already ordered it just for that reason.
Ed should give him a super chats not to sing.
Damn!
Get your super chats in now to skip the karaoke segment.
That's a moneymaker right there.
Every week.
If we can hit $100, we'll skip the segment.
Holy shit. That would be insane.
Then we got this. How do you say that name there, Sam?
Takashi
Takatashi Okazaki variant on Venom Black, White, and Blood. Now that's a fucking Venom cover right there.
Is
bro.
that an open variant or is that like a one and
No, this is an open order.
oh
This
man.
reminds me of like Shinobi, the video game Shinobi.
Yes, it does.
That's pretty cool.
That's a bomb cover right there.
Ryu Hayabusa.
Dude even has a sword. Perfect.
Well, I guess we're hearing some singing.
Yes. Looks like it, fuckers.
Then we have this Serge Acuna variant on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles annual.
That looks pretty good. That looks like a cross between the 2003 and the 1980s Turtles. That's really good.
The right amount of pouches.
Yeah.
Black, white, and overdone, huh, Buffy?
Oh.
Jeez. Buffy's got no love. Then we've got this Lucas Warnick variant on Black Cat number 3. Beautiful Black Cat cover. Oh, Kyle left.
Bye,
Kyle
Kyle.
said,
Dip.
who this? Who there?
Hi, Kyle. Whoa.
What the? Whoa.
And then we have this. I was on the fence about this one, but I think it's kind of cool.
Oh, she? Ha!
Yeah, I know. This Maria Wolf Marvel Zombies variant. I usually shit all over Maria Wolf stuff, but this is one where I looked at it and I actually meant to take it off before the show, but I didn't. But I don't know. I kind of dig the zombie Black Cat on that one.
I was on the fence about it.
Ayo. But
Looks more of an animated style to me, like it would be on like the Netflix show.
Oh, it's.
Or, I mean, the Disney Plus show.
To me, it looks like an Aerosmith concert tour poster.
Aerosmith.
Yeah, Steven Tyler.
it does kind of. That's Steven Tyler's real face.
I can finally take this mask off.
Okay, guys, I gotta split. I gotta take care of something.
All right,
right,
Kyle,
brother.
thanks.
Thanks for dropping in. We love you, man.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later.
See you tomorrow night.
All right.
Bye, Kyle. Good seeing you.
The regular cats look cool. Kyle left because Sam knows, or because he knows Sam's gonna rap next.
Yes. It's for his
Later,
health.
Kyle.
He doesn't need to hear that.
Thanks,
He doesn't
Kyle.
need to be stressed out by that.
We have this Joelle Jones Marvel Zombies variant on Emma Frost, the White Queen #5. This was sick the way the skull is done and like her diamond skin breaking off of it. It was really cool. Sam should sing NKOBT.
New Kids on the Block.
Or sorry, OTB. Jesus Christ. My dyslexia is kicking in.
The right stuff. Man, I loved New Kids on the Block when I was a kid. That's good group.
Oh.
Oh, 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 oh. The right stuff. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, it's a good time. Sticks hitting all the dance moves.
Sticks is a New Kid on the Box fan.
Oh, look at that. It's got the beating heart even.
Then we got this 1 in 100 Ivan Talavera Virgin variant
Of?
here on Cloak and Dagger #1.
Oh, cool.
Very good.
Yeah, her
Little
boob window
chesticles
looks like a
call.
dagger. I get it.
Little chesticles there. Chesticles, testicles, wallet, and watch.
Yep.
And then we got this Miguel Mercado variant on Star Wars Boba Fett, black, white, and red.
I like that one. That's good. Dom will be buying all those covers. Probably twice over.
It took Styx' internet this long to show him New Kids videos. Yeah, I heard that Styx is just getting first season runs of Miami Vice.
Yeah, I just watched the new episode of Remote Control on MTV.
Miami Vice is #1 new show in Styx' house. Talavera is amazing. Yeah, that is a pretty badass cover. And then our Don't Mind Me, Just Ate Taco Bell. That's a Silver Surfer #5. It's Claudio Castagnoli variant.
Galactus.
Want to talk about
Light a match, Galactus. Good
Yeah.
grief.
Galactus is melting a planet
Black
with his
hole.
farts and just straight up disintegrating Silver Surfer in the process.
And that's how black holes are made.
Black holes is when it gets it to flush. When it doesn't flush, you get this mess.
Very rough time for old Galactus there.
Make sure you wipe your anus.
Oh,
That's the aftermath of a Galactus-sized Hot Ones challenge.
and that's about the size of the toilet paper roll he would need too. Just make sure he wipes that ass.
Silver
Wipes
Surfer's
clean.
like, you have to wipe 8 to know it took you 7. Ah!
But then we have our Amish cover of the week. We have this cover B Trish Forstner variant on Feral.
Okay, but what makes this Amish?
Homage or
Oh.
homage.
I heard Amish too.
Did I say Amish? I
It
meant
sounded
Feral.
like it.
Sounded like Amish.
I think you meant homage, but you said Amish.
this
one's good. I
homage.
like this one. Homage.
And then that's it for our covers. Now we're going to move into our first appearances this week. And our first appearance this week, we have the first appearance of the Lion in Detective Comics
Hello.
1102.
The Courage That Kills.
And then in the last Wolverine, Age of Revolution, we have the first appearance of Wonderful Wolverine, aka Wendigo, the Last Wolverine.
Interesting.
And then in the Power Rangers Halloween special, we have the first appearance of Colonel Maze.
Colonel Maze.
Colonel Maze.
Is this from
the
Tick?
corn kernel?
The Tick?
It looks like a kernel of
Candy corn.
candy corn. Yes, thank you.
Oh, it's candy corn.
But there was a
Corn
there was a very similar character in The Tick.
Mm-hmm.
And Tick and Arthur infiltrated the corn soldiers, and they're like, "What kind of corn soldiers are you?" And they're like, "We're colonels." Oh man, so dumb.
All in these little candy corn soldiers. And then we have the first team appearance of the Omega Kids right here in the cover. And Omega Kids #1. And then when we had the first appearance of Mayhem and Radioactive Spider-Man, it looks like I forgot to grab an image. I'll do better next time, possibly.
Yeah, could happen to anybody. In fact, it happened to Styx once.
It
200
did.
times.
Then we had X-Men Book of Revelation. We had the first appearance of Elbaka, the Ghost of Philadelphia. Or Elbeka.
Ghost of Philadelphia.
Hey.
Okay.
That's what they're calling this little blue character right here. Someone's knocking on a window.
I'll get it.
Or a door. Sam's going to answer the call. So then I decided to also throw in there the first appearances for next week. I won't have any images of them, so next week we'll show the images. But just so you have an idea of what you can look forward to, and if you're a first appearance collector, what you can be looking forward to when you go in your LCS, this new Comic Book Wednesday. So we have this reprint of Batman Deadpool or Deadpool Batman, which is going to be the first cover appearance of Logo, a mashup of Wolverine and Lobo, which appeared at the end, like the last page of that DC Marvel crossover there. So this will be the second printing. First. Yeah, this is the second printing. But first cover appearance. I don't know how he quite know how he rides that motorcycle, since like the front of it's got no wheels. It's a giant skull. I guess maybe it's got, I don't know.
Well, Lobo's doesn't have one either.
It's a space bike.
Giant ass jet engine on it.
Yeah, that's how Lobo's is.
Why did you just take Wolverine, change his color, and give him a chain? That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
And then we have the first appearance of Lyrebird, the first team appearance of a new X-Men team, Miss Marvel, Bronze, Melee, and Rift in the
Expatriate X-Men.
Expatriate X-Men. Thank you.
You just
there
said
you go. If you need
that's cool. Short.
If you need a little X-Men team love.
The Expat X-Men.
That's an interesting way to draw Colossus, by the way.
Yeah, it looks like he's rusting.
He has a beard.
Yeah.
And then you get Venom, Black, White, and Blood, the first appearance of Samurai Symbiote, the first appearance of Crimson Carnage.
All right.
And then the X-Avengers, you get the first appearances of Vrabel Man, a member of the X-Avengers.
Giant Man looks like his helmet's like the
It looks like
It's
Nick
big.
Cage. He looks like Nick Cage.
like ballooned up too. Yeah.
But good old Nick Cage. I'm here for the X-Men. Let's go. My shitty Nick Cage impression. And then we have Undead Deadpool. You get the first appearance of Majin, Fantastica, Kid Man Thing, and Fearless.
Kid Man Thing? That'd be interesting.
Get all those first appearances in this Undead Pool. Number uno. And that's it. Now we're going to get into Matt's comic book picks of the week. I only read 2 comic books this week so far, so they're both on it. Ultimate Spider-Man 22. The cool thing about this book is it's got your first appearance of the superior Ultimate Spider-Man, aka Dr. Otto Octavius, is taking on part of the mantle of Spider-Man. An issue ago, we saw Gwen Stacy die. I think this is like 3 months or something like that after those events. And everyone's kind of trying to put together that Peter Parker is Spider-Man because you never see the two in the same place at once. So now they've kind of got different people like Otto Octavius swinging around pretending to be Spider-Man. So they try to get people off of Peter Parker's tail as they're getting ready to put things in motion for the final end game of this Ultimate Universe. Ultimate Spider-Man is still my favorite read of the month. It is a great read. And then we had the final issue of Jason Aaron's run on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. After 12 issues of being ripped apart, accused of murder, and tried as villains, the Turtles fight to clear their name and heal their family. Nothing stands between them and the freedom except a threat unlike they've ever faced. The big revelation in this book that's going to be an interesting. I don't know if Jason Aaron's was really expecting his time to be over on this book after 12 issues, or if IDW just didn't want to pay his page rate anymore, or pay his rate, or couldn't afford to pay his rate anymore, and that's why they're switching creative teams. But the big.
How's the sales been on it though? How is it
good? It's probably IDW's top selling book. It's one of the better selling books as of recently. Like, a lot of people are talking and been raving about his run on this book. But if anybody's been reading Turtles, you know that Splinter's been dead since like issue 100. Well, he kind of brings him back to life at the very end of this issue. So he definitely sets up some interesting story for the next creative team to try and tell their way through. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I'm a little bit worried that sales might fall off with this new
him leaving
team. Yeah. But
that's interesting though, because if they're having good sales,
I think
you'd think they would keep them.
This book is great. It has been one of my best, and Juan Ferreira's art has been absolutely phenomenal in this book. But I'm so stoked because he's going to be the artist on the Absolute Superman for a few issues. So I'm looking forward to that, him moving over to there. But I am going to miss his stuff on Turtles because his stuff on Turtles is just very like gritty and different. It kind of gives, like we were talking earlier, that more like adult feel to the Turtles. His art does is it adds a little bit more brutality to the Turtles, and just really love what he's done on that book. And I'm sad to see him and Jason Aaron's leaving this book.
Any idea who the new team is?
I think it's Jin something. I can pull it up real quick. I know the artist is the guy who was drawing Batman Ninja Turtles, which I'm not stoked about. The new creative team is Jean Lun Yang and Freddie Williams II. I'm not a big fan of Freddie Williams' second art on Batman Ninja Turtles, so I'm a little skeptical on that as well. But I mean, Turtles is jumping in with issue 13. They're jumping into the blind bag game. So if you haven't got enough of Mark Spears blind bags for the trick or treat blind bags and the Winter Wonderland or Horrorland or whatever it's called, blind bags that are coming, hell, you're going to get some Marvel blind bags. If you didn't get enough blind baggage with DCKO, you're going to get some Ninja Turtles blind bags as well. Although the blind bag variants for Turtles are not, they're not great. Yeah, they're not really great. The coolest one is there's a 1 in 250 David Nakayama blind bag variant, which isn't, in my opinion, isn't that great. The coolest one is a Raza. It's a
I can see that.
I don't know if the Clayton Crane. I think the Clayton Crane is let me just share my screen here real quick because I got the Comic Geeks up.
So when it comes to these blind bags, like the DCKO ones, I did not even move me to want to try to buy a bag.
Here's the thing about the DC ones. The DCKO ones and the Batman #1 ones, I feel like were good. Yes, they were $9.99, but they were all foils and they were all different covers. With the Mark Spears ones, you're paying $5.99 for mostly basic covers, and the sort was bad. And not that that's on that's the fault of Keen Spot and the printer and all that, but the sort was just bad, and they were all basic covers. So your foils were ratioed high. I want to say like one. I'm probably off on the ratio on that. I know like the glow in the dark ones were like 1 in 750. I think even the Night of the Living Dead ones were 1 in 750, something like that.
It says on the back, right?
The foils, I think it says on the back. Yeah, I should just grab one of those and get my information straight. Yeah, so there was a cover B, a 1 in 25 retailer incentive hollow foil variant, a cover C, 1 in 500, 1 in 1,000 cover D with the and plus the golden tickets. No, it doesn't show me the ratio on them.
No, they're
hold on. Yeah, it does. So covers A1 through A30 cardstock. The covers A1, the foils were 1 in 240. The black and whites were 1 in 700. The glow in the darks were 1 in 700. The trick covers were 1 in 100. The blank sketches were 1 in 87. The Night of the Living Dead were 1 in 700, and the Secrets were 1 in 700 on the Mark Spears ones. But yeah, so everybody's getting into this blind bag game.
Yeah.
But we had, so here's what the Turtles blind bag is going to look like.
That's what the bag looks like?
Yeah, this is what the bag supposedly looks like. And then now I don't know if any of the incentive covers are going to be in it. I hope that's the case because I think this Clayton Crane is badass.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
But I think so. It has the blind bag covers listed here, and I think the best one is this Raza 1 in 100 Raza.
Woo.
Because like the other ones that are listed is you've got this 1 in 100 right here.
Yeah.
Or no, this is 1 in 25. It's kind of like meh, whatever.
Looks like a connecting cover, like it would be connected to something.
And then the 1 in 250 David Nakayama.
Oh God, yeah.
Not
That's
a big fan.
Nakayama.
Big beaks on the old Nakayama there.
Yeah. Yeah, too pronounced as noses, if you ask me.
Yeah, big old schnoz.
Yeah.
It said the DCKO my shot got a 1 in 1,000. Nice. So those were I believe those were the gold, the 1 in 1,000.
Yeah.
Like, I can't complain though, because my sort for the DCKO blind bags was shitty because I got 2 of the same Mark Spears variant, and Sticks watched me open both of them after the wrestling show.
Yeah.
I got 2 of the dark side Mark Spears back to back.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you got Marvel blind bags coming. You got another round of Mark Spears blind bags coming. So if you're big on blind bags, you're gonna get your fill.
Yeah, and those Mark Spears blind bags were all over the con. Almost everyone had like a long box of them.
The Mark Spears.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my shop,
and they range from like $5 to $15.
My shop still has a ton of them in their warehouse. So like, I went in there on Wednesday and they had more of them, so I bought 3 more. But I need to stop myself because I'm tired of pulling the same cover.
Yeah. The only cover I really wanted from the Mark Spears one this time around was this one, the pumpkin one, and I wanted the foil. I haven't got the foil yet.
Oh, you got the pumpkin one?
I got the pumpkin one.
I
really wanted.
I wanted the ghost cover.
That and the deep sea diver.
I wanted the ghost cover. Oh, yeah, the ghost cover. Of course, that turned out to be a 1 in 700 glow in the dark cover.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to book soon. Do you guys want to hit the my last segment?
Yeah, we're getting in there right now. We got your last segment and then the Dom game and misconnections, but yeah, we can get into your segment. So this week, Sam, my boy.
Yeah, so 80s October, but I thought since Halloween's right around the corner, we do some 80s Halloween songs.
Ooh.
So we got Thriller, classic, and then Monster Mash. I don't know if this came out in the 80s or not, but close enough. It's when I heard
Monster Mash? No, that came out like the 60s, 70s.
That's when I heard it the first time. Was in the 80s.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to zoom in. All right. Let's get some. Ooh. It's close to midnight, and something evil's lurking in the dark. Under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you make it. You start to freeze as horror looks you right between the eyes. You're paralyzed, 'cause it's a thriller night, and no one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. You know it's thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer thriller tonight. All right.
I think I have to agree with Ed. This is the first time I think I have to agree with Ed. Like, yikes.
Well, I'm sorry. That's outside my register, but whatever.
I listen, you tell me, or I've been told that you have the voice of an angel when you're singing in church, but then you come on here and you have a layup like Thriller. And it sounds like you're strangling a cat.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. It wasn't that bad.
Monster Mash, here we go. I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight, for my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the mash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash. The monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash. Wow. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrodes. They did the mash. He did the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash. He did the mash. They did the monster mash.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, you came back and totally redeemed yourself. I
All right.
appreciate the commitment.
Everybody have a great night and a happy Halloween. We'll see you back here next week.
Oh, you're gonna leave off before the Halloween Dom game?
My wife came in and gave me the. So I got. Take care, gentlemen. We'll see you next
All
week.
right, Sam. Have a good one. All right, we have a very special Halloween edition of the Dom game for you to all enjoy. Let's get into this, shall we? Why are all my things messed up?
Look at me.
All right, our very special edition of the Dom game, Halloween edition. Did Dom like this picture? Yes or no? And I even made sure it was included in there for Sam, who had just had to leave before got to see it. But did Dom like this picture? Yes or no?
I'll say yes.
Stick says yes. Chat, what say you? Did Dom like this picture of big bootied Monkey D. Luffy? I don't know. Chat is dead now. Sam has single-handedly killed the chat.
They're all still waiting for their hearing to return.
Yes, Sarah says yes. Gotta leave that. Let the chat come from behind. Tyson says Sam loves a big ass. That's true.
Yeah.
Buffy guy says DNA. All right. Did Dom like this photo? Yes, he did. Dom loved the big ass Monkey D. Luffy.
All right.
Did Dom like this picture? Do you think Dom liked the bat lingerie?
I think I'll go out on a limb and I'll say no.
No?
No.
What say you, chat? Do you think Dom liked this photo? BK says cake. No, this was Tyson. Tyson liked this one. Who doesn't
No,
like
that second picture is at least a better close-up of it.
good bondage bunny? Did Dom like this picture? Yes or no? I haven't worn Psylocke in forever, but I love this cosplay so much.
I'll say yes.
Did Dom like this one? Did Dom like this photo? Yes, he did. Good job, Sticks. This was a Dom like. Did Dom like this picture? It's Harley Quinn. Look at that waist. That can't be real, right? This has got to be AI or touched up. But did Dom like this one?
I'll say yes with this one as well.
Yes for this one? No, this was Tyson.
Tyson.
That's got to be fake. There's no taste buds on that tongue. Tyson says, I just see titties. You're a man of culture, Tyson. Did Dom like this photo? Yes or no?
Oh.
Little Spider-Man get up.
Good use of the boob window. Yeah, I'll say yes.
Say yes. Did Dom like this one? No, this one was also Tyson.
Tyson. Oh, gee, okay.
Like Tyson says, he
That-
just used them.
now the boob window should have been a giveaway for the last statement.
Did Dom like this picture? I'm so blown away by all the love for Moxie. Thank you so much.
I'll say no to this one.
No.
Yeah, I'll say no to this one.
This was a Dom.
Oh,
Dom did like this one.
I thought the cleavage was going to be a Tyson one.
Did Dom like this Elvira, Mistress of the Dark?
That's actually pretty good for Elvira cosplay. I'll say yes to this.
Was this a Dom? Yes, it was. Tyson said, "Fooled you, stick."
And I'm back. Yep. Well.
All right, and that's our Dom game. I'll leave it up to the chat. We do have some misconnections. Do you want me and Sticks to go run through misconnections, or should we just save them to next week? We're at full force. You tell me, chat. What do you think, Sticks? Do you want to do them, or do you want to save them for next week?
I'm all right doing them if you want to do them.
All right, we can do it. All right, it's that time of the show where people go, I don't want to talk about dudes and hot chicks. I want to talk about comics, and sends them leave. And it's time for Missed Connections. All right, first off, may I eat your pussy in a parking lot? Don't care about age, looks, race, whatever. Just be willing to let me eat it the minute we meet. That poor guy is desperate.
Boy.
I don't care what it looks like, what it smells like, what you got going on. Just let me eat it.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when you're hungry, you're hungry.
It's a buffet. Pussy.
No brains for the zombie. Woodbridge. Any tasty women interested in a zombie during this time of year? You lay back and get eaten. Your brains are safe. I promise. Well,
I feel like this was written by the first guy all over again.
Halloween edition.
Yeah. First guy was like, damn, not getting any traction by being straightforward. Let me use a little wordplay here and see.
Be a little festive.
What we get. Santa, please, Marietta. My cat has a crusty butt. I don't know what that has to do with misconnection, but all right.
Sure.
My cat has a crusty butt. Thanks for letting the world know. Now the internet knows.
Milk, McDowell County. I have been craving some fresh bull's milk from the tap to quench my need for it. Anyone have any available? Would be great to find them.
This dude wants your semen.
That's what I'm getting.
He wants to drink your meaty man milk, Sticks. It's
Well, I mean, you know.
The milk bank is open, I guess, huh?
You know.
Old men are the best. This is right up your alley, Sticks. Need an old man who can visit me a couple times a week, looking for 60 to 80 with functioning equipment. If it isn't functioning, I'm sure it will be by the time I'm through with it. Sam would enjoy reading this one, Tyson.
Alrighty then.
I think that's a great, self-endorsement to say, listen, if your shit ain't working right now, by the time I'm ready to go, you'll be standing at full attention. Blue Chew.
Yeah. Need your equipment rebuilt? Let me know. Hungry for chocolate cakes? Falls Church. I'm looking for masculine black men with thick chocolate cakes that love to be eaten by a masculine white guy.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It wants to eat some ass.
Yeah.
Yikes. This is a reader here. Looking for my children. This is where I last knew where my son, Jared, was. Andrea, my daughter, 48, has been in several corners of the country, last known in Waynesboro, Virginia. Jared is in Winchester for a while. If anyone knows where either Jared, 44, or my daughter, Andrea, 48 is, please ask them to contact me. My ex is the scum of the earth. She even locked me out of my own house, which was in my name. She put her filthy pirate hands on my golf clubs, sold them, might have sold my class ring on eBay, my graduation picture from business school, precious photographs of 5 generations of my family, other valuables, sentimental photographs are gone. My children know my approximate age. Due to knowing their mother's age, Linda, please have them contact me. Can't give out my phone number. All pirates need to be drained. Everything from you is your phone number. All parties? Yeah, whatever. Why would you put something like this on fucking misconnections?
I don't know.
This is like insane levels right here.
Yeah.
Poor bastard. But all right, that's our show. Thank you all for hanging out with us. It was great to see Kyle. Great for everyone joining us after our hiatus. We appreciate you all coming on back and hanging out with us. If you want more from either one of us, you could check out the Star Wars show tomorrow night for more of Marco and the boys on Star Wars. You can check out all of Pete's shorts throughout the week. You can check out Sticks over on his channel on Tuesday nights for his Doctor Who rewinds. You can check out the Tax Show on Wednesday. You can check out us over on Absolute Geek and Sticks channels Thursday night. Me, Sticks, and Dom talk about professional wrestling, where this week we're going to talk about the fallout from Halloween Havoc that happened tonight, as well as our predictions for Saturday night main event next Saturday on November 1st. You can catch more from Sticks and the boys on the Qualified on Friday nights following the CBSI Hot 10 list, which leads you right back to us next Saturday night for a brand new episode of Saturday Night Special, where hopefully Kyle will be able to come and stay for the entire episode. But we'll take Kyle as much as we can get. So on that note, yes, fuck cancer. Hashtag fuck cancer. Absolutely. Good to see Kyle. Have a great night, guys. Thank you, Tyson, for all that you do. Thank you for everyone hanging out in the chat. Thank you, Dungeon Crawler. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, BK. Thank you, Buffy. Thank you, Serath. Thank you, Zaggy, Bruce, everyone who stopped by. We greatly appreciate you guys tuning in to all of the Renovision content we put out here each and every week. On that note, I think I usually kick it to Sam for some words of wisdom, but Sticks, you got some words of wisdom you want to send the people home with tonight?
I'll throw this out here. If you're going out with friends and you're going out to dinner, keep in constant contact. That's all I'm going to say.
It's good advice. It helps prevent hurt feelings.
Yes.
And I think the best piece of advice I can give is forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. On that note, have a great Saturday night, guys. Enjoy Halloween. And if you're taking kids trick-or-treating and all that next Friday night, have a great Halloween. And we'll see you right back here next Saturday where we kick off the 1st of November the only way SNS can. Good night.
either you've got me confused with somebody else, or this is a joke.